Ever wondered how to nail that raw industrial 9-inch nails guitar tone? Today we're recreating the signature guitar tone from 90s 9-inch nails. In '92, Broken came out, an aggressive EP that marked a significant departure from the more synth-heavy sound of their debut album. The EP featured insane guitar tones. Then in '94, considered by most as their best album, the Downward Spiral came out. During the recording of the album, Trent Reznor was using mostly Gibson's and Jackson's guitars, but to be honest, he processed the signal so much that it doesn't really matter which kind of guitar you're playing or pickups, as long as they are loud. Just like he said to Jackson, put the world's loudest pickup in this. So what's the secret sauce? The signal chain. First in line there was the famous JMP1 that was used by every industrial artist at that time. In '94, during an interview with Guitar World magazine, when asked what kind of guitar gear did you use, Trent answered, almost everything was direct. There was almost no miking of cabinets. I just don't like that sound very much. It sounds boring to me. So we ran through a variety of preamps and speaker simulators. Our main preamp was the new Marshall JMP1, but I didn't use the speaker simulator in it. Then after the JMP1, he was running straight into the Zoom 9030 effects processor, mostly for the speaker simulator in it. You can actually grab one for pretty cheap these days. But hey, between us, I found the actual impulse responses from the Zoom 9030 that we'll be using later. I'll upload them on my Patreon if you want to check them out. They sound just like the real thing. Finally, from the Zoom 9030 into the computer, where he used a software called Turbo Synth that he was using for two things: the wave shaper and the convert sample to oscillator functions. Both of those functions can be accomplished with many other software tools these days. According to Charlie Clouser, these days you can use soft synths like Serum or Arturia's Pigments or hardware like the Waldorf Quantum to do much the same thing, and then run it through plugins like Trash or many other wave shapers that allow direct editing of the transfer function graph as Turbo Synth did. Okay, so now I think we have all the information needed. Let's see how close we can get to that classic 9-inch nails guitar tone. To remake that tone perfectly, what's better than the actual guitar track from 9-inch nails' Wish? But this track has both guitar playing, so I extracted only the left channel using Cubase. First of all, I recorded myself playing the riff. Then, to emulate the JMP preamp they used, I used the Nembrini JMP Pro. Next, to replace the Zoom 9030 cab sim, I used the impulse response mentioned earlier. By the way, this project will also be available on my Patreon page. Then, to emulate the famous Turbo Synth, I'm gonna use Kiloheart's Shaper. This one is a bit tricky because you'll have to figure out by yourself the shape that works best for you. This is the shape that I think works best for my sound. And finally, since the original track was mixed and mastered, I added an EQ that emulates the original track. Alright, I think we're done. Let's listen to it in a mix. Let's go.